r/rules horror. Posted by u/xtrace, read in 777. I got a job as a security guard in a hotel, the rules were chilling. Hey there, so I once saw an ad on social media about a job as a night guard for a hotel, $500 per night. I was surprised. I immediately wrote down my curriculum, and sent it immediately. Not even 30 minutes later, I was told via email that I was accepted for the job, and they gave me the address, put on my work clothes, and went there. The hotel seemed huge. It was a 15-story building. The receptionist welcomed me, and guided me to the office. It was empty. At 10 p.m. I arrived at the office. It was huge, with a huge monitor, with small monitors, and a gaming chair. She told me that she was the manager, and told me the shift would end until 8 a.m. I sat on the chair. Not gonna lie, it was really comfortable. But then I saw a sheet of paper different from others in the desk. It had some rules. It said, "Welcome fellow new night guard. In your shift, you are assuring everything is fine in the building. In the wall to right, there is a map for the whole building. You may pick it up if you wish. But these are the rules to assure your safety during your shift. 1. From 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. you may wander around the hotel, and never under any circumstances, leave the basement door unlocked before going back at 11 p.m. 2. After 11 p.m. don't leave the office, no matter who calls you outside, not even me, they want to lure you, so you can be next. 3. At 12 p.m., you are safe to leave the office. By leaving, lock the office door. You may hear unsettling whispers around you, ignore them, and never look up. 4. If during your patrol you suddenly hear the whispers stop, run as fast as you can to the office, and lock the door. 5. After your patrol, check the cameras. If you see a tall man in one of them, ignore him, but if you see a pregnant woman in one of them, shut off the camera, and hide under your desk. Ignore any noises outside the door, and don't even dare to make any noise. 6. If you feel like going to the restroom, don't use the restroom in the office. We never placed a restroom in the office. Use the restroom at the last floor. Don't under any circumstances use the other restrooms of the other floors. 7. The room 157 at the last floor is the one you should enter to use the restroom. Never go out of the light path in the room. If you see a light path to the restroom, you're safe to use it. But if you see the room dark, close the door immediately, and run to the elevator. Go down, and up, and try again until the path is illuminated. 8. Also, never use the stairs. They can trap you in a loop of stairs. 9. Do your second patrol at 3 a.m. This time you may see the pregnant woman be on the elevator. If she invites you to enter with her, politely decline her offer, then wait until the elevator goes back up. If it's empty, enter, but if she's still there with a smile, don't look back, and head to another elevator. 10. Go back to the office before 4 a.m. under any circumstances. Never be a minute late to the office. When you enter, don't glance at the glass of the door. 11. Also, taking a nap isn't a good idea at all. 12. In your left in the desk, there is a paper with the names and ID of the employees. If you encounter one during your patrols, ask them their name and ID. If they say it wrong, ask them for the ID again. If they get it right, you may talk to them. There is a taser below your desk, so if they get it wrong twice, shoot them with the taser. You will see they are imposters. 13. There is always an imposter to tase. 14. And finally, after 6 a.m. just don't look behind you even if you feel a grip, or familiar voices persuading you to turn around. I turned the paper around and saw the rules. 15. 15. The mascot of the hotel is called Sunny Boy. It's in the floor 777. Feed it with cookies and hot milk. The food is in a mini fridge below the desk. Feed it at 5:50 a.m. Warning: if you fail to do so, God bless you. I couldn't believe the rules. They seemed fake. But my gut feeling told me this wasn't fake at all. I noticed I passed 30 minutes reading, so I went quickly to lock the basement. I went to get something from the cafeteria. I noticed that many people were here. I just took a meal from the cafeteria, but people were staring at me while taking the lunch. I went back, and locked the door. It was 10:55 p.m. Later I heard the sounds of people asking for help desperately. I ignored them, but they kept getting louder. It is 12 a.m. I went outside the office, and patrolled. Those whispers started. I couldn't comprehend what those whispers were saying. At the last floor I checked. Meanwhile, coming back, I heard the whispers stop, and heard loud footsteps. I ran as fast as I could to the office, made it on time because I heard a loud hit on the door. That was really scary. I eventually checked the cameras in the office, and saw a tall man. Immediately changed camera, and then he was gone. During 2 a.m. meanwhile I continued checking. I saw a pregnant lady with brown hair and patient clothes. She was smiling at the camera, and then she ran. I could see her dashing towards the office. I hid it under the desk, and didn't move a muscle. I heard loud banging on the door, then it opened. I saw legs walking around the office, and also a bit of the patient clothes she has. She made inhuman noises while lurking. It eventually gave up, and shut the door with a bang. I went back up, but suddenly felt like using the restroom, and used the elevator for it. I saw the pregnant woman in the elevator. She offered me to come with her. I denied politely. She became more imperative, until I convinced her to go. She went up, then the elevator went down, and it was empty. So I entered, and went up, went to the last floor, almost opened by mistake the room 156, entered the 157 one, and it was illuminated fortunately, used it, and went back. I did the second patrol, everything normal until I saw a bellboy. I asked him his name, and it coincided with the paper, and the ID. He missed 2 numbers, and again. I aimed at him with the taser to see his real form. It was horrible, nightmare fuel. Didn't doubt on shooting. It turned into a pool of black liquid. That horrible pool of black liquid was starting to expand. There were no rules about the liquid, so I just ran back to the office. After coming back to the office, just at that moment I noticed my watch said it was 4:01 a.m. I was on time. I kept waiting, and checking the cameras. Then I saw the pregnant woman again, but taller. The camera just shut off. I panicked by that, hid it under the table, then the door almost exploded. A loud bang I heard. That lady didn't have normal legs anymore. Those were like metal scrapes. That thing was banging anything she saw. Later she left, after having a last sudden glance at the office. Lucky me that didn't saw me. It was 5:45 a.m. I knew I had to give the food to Sonny Boy. I opened the freezer, and saw it was empty. I screamed. It was my doom. But then I remembered of the cafeteria. I rushed to it immediately. There were only shadows in it. I then opened the creaky door of the kitchen, and saw cookies, and some milk. Took it back right away. I then went up to the room 777. I was relieved until I found out it was 5:51 a.m. I was shocked. I heard loud growls coming from behind the door. I ran to the elevator. That thing broke the door. Luckily the elevator closed on time. I saw how the elevator door was damaged so hard Sonny Boy left a mark. I went back to the first floor. I could see the exit. That thing was behind me. I said it's the end. Until I burst through the crystal door. When I turned around, it wasn't there. The next day, the hotel fired me for not feeding Sonny Boy on time. They gave me a check of $50,000. They said most people receive less because they didn't make it.